Climbing Arthur's Seat on an overcast March day, thinking about politics. The route to the top is thronged and I hear snatches of conversation in many languages. It seems to me, returning after an absence of a few months, that Edinburgh increasingly feels like a European capital. Edinburgh's resounding 75% vote to remain in the European Union, higher than anywhere in the UK, adds to the sense of welcome. I reach the rocky summit, worn smooth by legions of feet over the centuries, and look across the city to the blue of the Firth of Forth and Fife beyond. Here is gathered a polyglot crowd of mostly the jeunesse of Europe. The situation has changed and I have changed my view. There are lots of things that you can see from Arthur's Seat which remind one what a great city Edinburgh is, what a strong European tradition it has. And it's been looking great, Edinburgh, in all of the politics since 2014, and it seems to me that it's ready to take its place as a European capital. My name's Jackie Kemp. I used to be a journalist. I'm probably describe myself as a kind of business writer now. I was undecided for ages. At the time, I just ended up being very no. Towards the end, I suddenly thought, no, this is just a bad idea. It just felt like devolution still had more to offer, but since 2014 that hasn't really come to pass. I feel that the spirit of the devolution settlement is not being understood or respected by the government in Westminster over Brexit. A lot of people in Edinburgh, they're quite cautious. You know, it's famously kind of regarded as a very sort of bourgeois city. The whole Brexit thing is just really reckless, and I think probably in democracy one often has to choose between the bad and the worse, and lots of people in Edinburgh would like to remain part of you know, maybe a federal UK and the European Union, but I think given the choice, I think we'll probably go with the European Union because England's sort of fallen into some pretty dubious hands. I have friends who are European nationals who live in Scotland and have lived here for many years and have made their lives here, and you know, it's been a year, almost a year, that they don't know what's happening. So it's been a long time that they've had to deal with the uncertainty, and it seems mean, and not everybody's got the money that it takes to become a citizen, and there are hurdles to jump through. You have to sit an exam. You know, I have Polish friends who might struggle a little bit with that, but they make a huge contribution to life here. Scotland needs them. I mean, we need these great people, and the government in London could have actually just said, everyone who's here at the moment, you're fine. Governments come and go, so it's not about that. I was prepared to be in the Union in 2014 with a Conservative government, but Brexit's not like that. It's a really huge change, and I just don't think it's good for Scotland. There are lots of English people who are my friends and who I respect, who really hate the direction of travel that England is taking just now. On every opportunity that Theresa May and the others have had to open discussions with Scotland or with Ireland and Northern Ireland, they haven't taken those opportunities. The English people were told that if they voted for Brexit, it would threaten the territorial integrity of the United Kingdom, but they didn't take that on board. They didn't seem that interested. So I actually feel, I wrote this in my blog, I feel that England's left us. I don't feel at all bad. I feel that I tried. I really tried personally. I really tried to save the Union.
Next week, I will seek the authority of the Scottish Parliament to agree with the UK Government the details of a Section 30 order, the procedure that will enable the Scottish Parliament to legislate for an independence.
I hope we will be offered a choice. I feel really positive about the fact that the referendum's been called. I see it as an opportunity for Scotland to seize the moment and become part of what's really essentially a great institution. I know the European Union is flawed, but so much has been accomplished. You know, I see the European Union as essentially a really positive institution which has provided a structure for small countries to retain democratic rights and to have some regulation and structures which would be expensive and difficult for Scotland to create by itself. But you know, we can't really control what England does, but we've got a choice that's about controlling a bit more what Scotland does and what institutions Scotland is part of. There are challenges that lie in the road of independence, but I see it as being a very different situation now, because I think the Scottish Government's doing well at building links with other European countries. It's got a pretty high profile thanks to what's been going on with Brexit. I think we'd be welcomed. I really do think we'd be welcomed. When I was on the no side, I kind of felt like that I wasn't really on the fun side. I think I'm looking forward to being part of the Yes campaign, and I want it to be really positive and inclusive, and I want people to feel really great about being engaged in such an important democratic moment and making history. I will be voting yes.